everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features two teams looking for a win. It's the Saints coming in at 1-2, going up against the Patriots, who come in at 2-2. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the New England Patriots and the New Orleans Saints. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This will be taken about the 12. And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And on the ground they go with a running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Rob Gronkowski, he's the cowbell of this offense.
So good that you just can't call him a tight end. You call him a special receiver. Can often line up on the backside of a formation and be the primary target. And no one has more fun in this league than Gronk.
2nd down following the run. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
Nick Fairley's a former #1 draft pick that when you get the best of him, you get elite play at the defensive tackle position.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now a handoff looking right. And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Easy.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Breeze now on 1st down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Lucky Whitehead, his intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Ready. Ready. 21. 21. Check. Check. Hey, kill. Switch. Ready.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough job to contain them.
So now at 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. Breeze now. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice in the previous week, making sure they had a plan, fine-tuned before they put it into effect in the game.
To throw, it's Breeze. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he went backwards. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the 1st down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They slot Gronkowski out right. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
look to throw here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
Go. Safety three. 220. 55.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it second down. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. In the slot on the right is Graham. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. On second down, here's Breeze. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Now Breeze on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
The days of knowing your assignment, dropping to it, and calling it a day, that's over with. Because now, when you drop into a zone, especially as a defensive back, you're seeing the play in front of you. So if a man wanders into your area, guess what? Now it goes from zone to man coverage in many cases. And on this particular play, able to see the play in front of him, react to it, and knock the ball away. Gotta like what you just saw there, if you like zone defense.
A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. as they run left side. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
Play clock winding down. They'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll drop to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. Out of the gun now on third down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it brings up fourth down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense, finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee. And that's at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They go play action here on first down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it.
It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. Third down here. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see
into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run. Bree's going to try and throw on third down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
20, 53.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. The gun. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Time running out here on the play clock. And they'll go on the ground. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. A good pickup there, a 22.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the one.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Second and goal from the one. And to give this time to the tailback. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on third and goal. And now here's a carry heading left. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. To throw, it's Breeze. Throwing right, and that's complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Breeze. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Breeze will try again on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
It's caught outright by Graham. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Throwing now is Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Room here to run. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
2nd down following the incompletion. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. He sets to fire. He's got a man. Complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Another pistol look here. Here's Breeze. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. 79 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. On second down, here's Breeze. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On first and 10, here's Breeze. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be second and about a yard.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Breeze to throw on third and 1. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. Back now here live in New Orleans. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got time. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Now receiver in motion left. They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A good pickup there, a 20.
Watch left. Tight end to the left,
Breeze now on 1st down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Oh, nice move. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the 2nd half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Chris Long in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Breeze got to have this one. Going up top, and it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester. That's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
And they'll run it here. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
So 2nd and 10 here. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down deep into Patriot territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Into the red zone. It's Breeze. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackler.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
To throw, it's Breeze. It's caught outright by Graham. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. And the Saints signal for another timeout.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
He'll drop to throw. deep drop. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled. And while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Shakes off the sack. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for New England, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.